The words didn't cut when she said them. They froze. We were standing just outside the departure gate, surrounded by strangers dragging luggage, announcements echoing over the intercom. She adjusted her sunglasses like a shield, looked at me briefly, and whispered the line that gutted something wordless inside me. "Don't walk with me. You'll embarrass me in front of my friends." I nodded. Not because I agreed, because I wanted to see what would happen if I didn't resist. She walked away, her heels clicking sharp against the polished floor. She didn't look back. I stood there, blending into the static of strangers, watching the distance stretch between us, watching her step into a life where I didn't belong. And when she disappeared into the terminal, I wasn't a husband anymore. I was a shadow taking notes. The first week she was gone, I told myself it was nothing. Pride, maybe. Vanity. She was always sensitive about appearances, always chasing circles where I didn't fit. But silence sharpens instincts. The calls came late, rushed, her voice too careful. Background noise that didn't sound like business trips. A laugh caught when she thought she had muted the line. I listened more than I spoke. She filled the silence with lies dressed as casual updates. I knew. Not fully, not yet, but enough to feel the crack forming. Denial tried to dress itself as patience. I told myself she'd come back and everything would steady. But beneath that mask, I was already dissecting her absence. Every phrase, every pause. My wife was gone, but her betrayal was here, breathing in my ear through the phone. I started collecting without collecting, quietly, methodically. Phone records first, numbers that repeated at odd hours. A local one, always late, always after midnight. I didn't confront. I noted. Next, her bank activity, small charges that didn't fit her routine. Hotels, not the kind you stay in for conferences. And then the detail that split denial in half, her email left open on the tablet. An itinerary sent to someone else, not me. A name I didn't recognize, but a name that repeated. Always attached to, "See you soon." I didn't rage, I archived. I began keeping my own record, screenshots, copies, a private folder with her life stripped bare inside it. When she called, I answered warmly, as if I were blind. When she laughed, I mirrored it, as if I were deaf. Every word she spoke to me was another stone in the structure I was building, a monument to the truth I would eventually place before her. And she never suspected, because I never gave her a reason to. The night before she was set to return, I got the final piece, a message forwarded to me by mistake, a slip in her perfect performance. "Can't wait to see you at arrivals. I'll be waiting." Not my number, not my name. She was coming home, but not to me. I printed everything, phone logs, bank slips, screenshots, the message, a dossier of betrayal, bound in silence. The next day, I stood at the airport again, the same place she had left me weeks before. She walked out of the terminal glowing, hair done, suitcase rolling behind her, scanning the crowd. She didn't see me. She wasn't looking for me. I stayed back, watched as a sleek car pulled up, the driver stepping out, smiling at her the way she used to smile at me. She leaned into him, kissed his cheek, and slid into the seat. And in that moment, truth stopped being suspicion. It was alive, undeniable, wearing her perfume. I didn't rush to her. I didn't shout. That would have given her control. Instead, I waited until the next evening, at home. Dinner laid out like nothing had happened. She walked in late, still carrying that glow, not knowing it was the kind of light that comes before a fire burns out. I placed the folder on the table. Nothing else, no words, just the weight of proof. She opened it slowly, each page draining color from her face. Finally, she looked at me. Her lips trembled as if forming excuses, but no sound came. I spoke once, calm, precise. "You told me I'd embarrass you. Do you feel embarrassed now?" The silence that followed was heavier than any scream. She broke first. Tears, shaking hands, desperate whispers. I stayed still, watching, detached. She wasn't pleading with me, she was pleading with the ruin of her own image. I didn't rage. I didn't ask why. I didn't need to. The answers were already in my folder. When she finally collapsed into apologies, I stood, pushed back the chair, and left her with the remains of her performance scattered across the table. I walked outside, the night air cutting clean through me. For the first time in weeks, the silence wasn't heavy. It was clarity. She thought betrayal would break me. It didn't. It only taught me how quiet revenge feels. And when I closed the door behind me, I wasn't her husband anymore. I was free.